Hi, sugar. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Tried to go live twice for our Saturday morning chat, and for whatever reason, I don't know if it's working or not. I couldn't see anybody. There were comments weren't working. I don't even know if I could be heard. So just doing this as a backup because I do want to chat about a couple of our medical cases that are happening right now to share with you guys. So if you were part of that, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened, but I'm happy that I'm able to do it this way to share our updates. And so this week was another huge medical week for us. We have racked up big bills once again. I wanted to update on Faith and her joint issues. The medication continues to work for her, but she's having good days, bad days, and the bad days are a little more frequently than we would like to see. And so she is a candidate for the joint injections into her fetlocks and her hooves, like we talked about last Saturday. So we are looking at doing that for her probably sooner rather than later. We do want to give the doubling up of her anti-inflammatory medication a good 2 weeks to work. And we are about a week and a half in, and we are seeing progress. I just am also seeing some downsides too, where she's not having great days. So we're just really closely monitoring her and just want to make sure that she is comfortable. We need to make sure that we're keeping her as comfortable as possible. So I wanted to share that. I also just wanted to touch base about Paul. Paul is doing amazing. We actually are decreasing his pain medication, and I'm hopeful that this week he'll be able to go back out and pasture with his buddies and his brothers. And so I'm really, really excited about that. I know this year has been like a butt kicker. I mean, if you're somebody that hangs out with us each week, this year has been unrelentless and is testing us in just such unexpected ways. And so while we are still battling serious medical issues and we keep having all of these emergency situations, we've actually conquered so much. We have so many wins as well. And so I just want to be sure that I'm sharing the improvements and the awesomeness that is happening too. And so I want to jump into Thug Muffin, Thelma. We chatted a lot about her last week as well. Thuggy had something called a precocious udder develop. They're sort of idiopathic in nature, but we think it comes from a hormone imbalance. What triggers that, I have no idea. But we had been watching her udder sort of fill up a little bit. Nothing crazy. It wasn't huge or anything. But then we noticed that she was guarding her back end and noticed that she had a sort of her teat was turning a different color about a week and a half ago, and went in for further inspection and realized she had a massive infection brewing in that udder. And so she's been sedated twice. We have flushed all of the area. We cultured it. It came back as a staph infection, a nasty staph infection. She's on 2 different antibiotics, and she is showing improvement. On Wednesday of this week, we had to sedate her again, and Dr. Martin went in to flush and was able to access an additional pocket of infection deep within her udder that was affecting the other side. And so she got a really good flush on that. And every day this week, we have been going in and packing the inside with antibiotics, in addition to the systemic, the injectable antibiotics that she's getting. And so the last couple of days, she has massive drainage coming out, which is a good thing. It means that her body is sending fluid full of antibiotics, antibodies, and things that she needs for her tissues to heal. And so while that's a great thing, it's coming in such mass that is also a little bit concerning. And so we're packing um, the area that the infection is with additional antibiotics. We've been doing that since day one, but we've doubled up everything. And I think that we are seeing improvement. Her udder is much more like supple and soft. It's still very painful for her, so she is on pain medication as well. But the actual infection is coming out. We're seeing improvement on that, and we're seeing that her udder is massively improved as well. And so so while she's not out of the woods and we do have concerns still, we are seeing progress, and I'm hopeful. She has another re-exam this coming week, so you know, her medical bills continue to go up as well. Jason. So Jason sort of hit us out of the blue too. On Tuesday, we noticed that he was just a little more quiet than his normal. And he started to self-isolate, which are like two huge red flags. When somebody's character changes, even if it's a tiny bit, that's you know, we need to pay attention. Something may be happening here. And then he started self-isolating, meaning he was sort of standing off away from his herd. Another massive red flag. So Brenda and I had checked on him. He had no signs of anything going on. Vitals, everything were fine. The next morning, Wednesday morning, he didn't want to eat breakfast. Another red flag. He was still self-isolating. And just flat, like his little ears were flat. You could tell he was not feeling good and something was going on. So while Dr. Martin was here for follow-ups on Faith, Paul, and, you know, Thug Muffin, we went in and checked on Jay, and he had a really high fever. So we instantly started him on antibiotics, 2 different antibiotics, and did blood work. Blood work came back that he had an infection brewing, meaning his white blood cell count was elevated. Nothing crazy, but elevated because we caught everything really early. And by that afternoon, he started coughing. Thursday, he was coughing a lot. He would not eat. He didn't want to eat. He didn't want to drink, so we were giving him fluids. Friday, he was just flat, dull, that was Thursday. Thursday, he didn't want to eat, he didn't want to drink, he was just flat, dull. So we ended up having to give him fluids throughout the day and night to keep him stable. It's hot out here, so we need to worry about dehydration happening very quickly in the temperatures that we're experiencing. But also, his stomach, his rumen, we need to keep that moving, because if his stomach stops working because he's not eating, that is like a whole nother issue. And so we had to give him fluids well up into the evenings. I mean, I was with him at midnight, 5 in the morning. It was a lot. But yesterday morning, he was much more bright. I think the fluids overnight with some additional goodies in there really helped sort of perk him up. And the antibiotics had now been on board, for a day and a half, almost 2 days. And so they are working. So yesterday he started drinking water on his own, which was really good. And eating a little bit, like showing some interest, eating a little bit, but then stopping. But thankfully he was eating some. It's so important that we keep their bellies moving. Like, it is so important for a ruminant animal to continue to eat and have that rumen work. It's like a big fermenter, and if it stops working, the domino of badness is just not good. And so I'm happy that he is eating a little bit, at least showing interest in food, drinking on his own. He still had a fever, and then this morning he is fever free. He is still drinking on his own, but he dove right into his breakfast. As soon as I'm done sharing the update with you, I'm going to go back and check on him, but much more interested and able to consume his food, which is really good. So all of these things are a huge step forward for him and every level. And so I'm really grateful that we were able to catch so quickly what was going on with him. I think that's just another testimony as to why it is so critically important to have a deep relationship with every single animal resident here. We may not have the answers or know what's going on instantly, but knowing what their normal baseline is, that we are able to pick up on the slightest of changes and hone into that and start seeking information before it becomes like this huge medical emergency. And so I think that Jason's just another testimony to that. I think with Thug Muffin too, you know, knowing what her baseline is, knowing that she had this precocious udder, watching it, and then noticing, you know, one afternoon as her one teat just started to turn color, we were able to, I instantly see that this infection was massive, and it was inside where we couldn't see, but it was starting to come out, and we were able to see it the second that it did. I think Jason is doing great. He's definitely on the path to recovery. Thug Muffin, I'm definitely concerned. I mean, I think she's showing signs of improvement. The fact that her udder is softening, that it's draining really well. But this is a nasty, an absolutely disgusting, nasty infection. Both Jason and Thug get more antibiotics tomorrow, their second round. So I'm hopeful that we'll continue to hit it. But I am worried. I mean, the area that is impacted in her udder is so big inside, meaning that the infection has eaten up so much of the inside of her udder that we're able to get in like easily 30, 40 mils of fluid. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So it's a big space. We're able to get a good flush on it. We're able to pack it with the internal antibiotics too. So, you know, hopefully she'll continue to improve, but what she's got going on is a pretty big deal, and it's pretty nasty. So if you would continue to just lift up our animal residents, I would be so grateful. It's been a tough year, but we've had really good wins. And so, you know, we're able to bring our residents back from such dire situations to full health again. And as long as there is a path forward and quality of life, we will continue to help them in every way that we possibly can. Unfortunately, it's incredibly expensive, and we just are not able to fundraise like we used to be able to. And it's affecting our overall budget in really big ways. That is concerning. We're okay right now, but if we continue to withdraw and don't deposit, it's going to be a problem. So that's concerning. But again, you know, if they can get healthy and have years ahead of quality of life, you know, they're worthy. They're worthy of having the highest level of care that we can provide them. Lastly, I want to chat about Gwen. Gwen had a little bit of a setback this week as well. She developed another abscess on her jawline that we promptly restarted her antibiotic regimen for the infection. It's in the soft tissue. The bone for the lumpy jaw is fine. No changes there, which is great news, because she literally just finished a 5-week treatment for lumpy jaw. So it's a little discouraging to see the abscess come back. We were able to, it popped up really fast, like overnight, and Dr. Martin was able to get in, flush it, and then again, we got her back on the antibiotics. So it already looks great. Like, it hasn't affected her at all. I'm hoping that this next round will just take it totally out. We thought that we were already clear from it, but I mean, a month later, she developed another abscess. So I'm not 100% sure what that means, other than hopefully this next round will, you know, kick out and keep others from popping up. She's eating, she's drinking, it does not affect her in any way, shape, or form. Where typically animals that are diagnosed with lumpy jaw, it's very painful. They struggle to eat, they struggle to keep up with their herd. She doesn't have any of that going on. So I don't know if she's just used to it, if she's got a high pain tolerance, if it just doesn't affect her the way that other animals are affected. And so, yeah. So that's everything that I really wanted to chat about on the medical side of things. Lastly, I'll finish up that we had a couple private tours this week. This is the last of our private tours because of the summer heat until autumn. So the only chance that folks can come visit us is at our summer supper on the 19th of this month. And I think we're close to being sold out. There might be a handful of tickets left, but we anticipate it to be sold out in the next couple days if it isn't already. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for caring about our residents. I'm sorry that we couldn't have the back and forth interaction today. I don't know what is happening. There must be some sort of glitch on YouTube, but I'm grateful that I could at least share the updates for those that are interested in this platform. So as always, thank you for supporting our life-changing work. Thank you for lifting up our animal residents. Thank you for just being a part of our mission and believing that together we can create a kinder world for all species, regardless of who you are. We are all worthy of kindness. So I thank you. As always, if you're somebody that hangs out with me each week, I'm so grateful for our time together. If you're somebody new, welcome. I'm super happy that you found us. Wishing you all the most amazing weekend and blessed day. Thanks, friends. Appreciate you so much.